Today we're going to talk about a really timely topic. We're going to talk about no-cook meals because anybody in the Western Hemisphere right now is probably really warm. Like it's 102 degrees Fahrenheit here today, and I don't really want to cook, and I'm sure nobody else really wants to turn on their oven or their stove either. So we're going to talk about a few options to feed yourselves a healthy meal without having to rely on takeout, right? Because the goal is to make ourselves healthier. So let's see. Also, I'm noticing that the camera is backwards in this software. So normally it's backwards, where everything's backwards, but in the software it's the right way around. And that's a little confusing. So hopefully it won't throw me off too much. So today we're going to talk about no-cook meals. It's really warm out, and I don't want to turn on my oven. So here's a couple ideas of things that you can eat for dinner that are healthy and pretty quick that won't have you like heating up your kitchen and having to like double the AC, turn it all the way up to like, or all the way down to like 60 degrees just to like cool off your kitchen after your oven's been on. And if you guys are interested in like having more of these like topics in like a list form, I can actually put together a list and so you can download it with a checklist. And if you're interested, drop that into the comments and I'll put that together. So I put together a list of ideas, and some of my favorites are like hearty salads. Like salads are easy, right? If you have like a bag of salad in the refrigerator, and then you have like stuff around your kitchen, right? Like if you have like any chickpeas, canned chickpeas work really great. Like any leftover meat that's lying around, even lunch meat will work great in a salad. Hard-boiled eggs are great because you can make like a bunch at once, and then they sit in the fridge for like a week, and you can slice them up and put them over the salad. And it's really easy, especially if you toss in some like leftover grains. Like in the other video from the other day, I had mentioned creating or making lots of extra brown rice or other grains that you're making, especially since whole grains take longer to cook. If you make a bunch of them at once, you can freeze them. You can take those grains and just mix them into your salad. If you mix in some like salad and some protein by way of eggs or meat, or like, any other like plant-based protein source, I mean, you've got yourself a beautiful hearty meal. You didn't have to turn on your oven, which is awesome. Another one of my favorites is sandwiches, right? And like, I know some people are like meh on sandwiches, but sandwiches can be a really great option when you're tired and you're hungry and it's hot as hell out. You're like, just grab some bread, throw a bunch of stuff on a sandwich and make it happen. And again, if you have like leftovers in the fridge, you'd be surprised what turns into a great salad or into a great sandwich. Like I made a great sandwich a couple days ago with leftover asparagus and some like turkey or chicken that I had in the fridge. It was a really good sandwich, like a little bit of butter, and because I hate mayonnaise, I think that mayonnaise is like the devil. And it was a really delicious sandwich. I enjoyed it a lot, and I didn't have to turn on the oven, which is great. A simple platter of cheese and vegetables and like cured meats can be really great and really fun actually for like a date night, or if you have kids, like just put together a big platter. It's like vegetables and cheese and meat, and if you're not into meat, like you just stick with the vegetables and the cheese. And if you're totally vegan, then you can actually come up with a really beautiful vegetable plate with like little piles of greens that people can eat. And it's beautiful. It can be a lot of fun. It's kind of like a dinner time summer picnic, right? It's kind of fun. Another one of my favorites that I live on this time of year are spring rolls, right? Like not like the deep fried ones, but like the ones that are transparent that you can see through. And you can get like the rice paper wrappers from an international grocery store for super cheap. Like I got like a package of 50 of them for like $1.50 one day, and that thing lasted me like 3 years. And what you do is you soak them in water for a few minutes, and then they get soft, and then you flatten them out, and then you put greens, maybe some sauce in there. Like in Thailand, they put like a peanut sauce in there, which is really good. Along with shrimp or like tofu or whatever you like. And you just roll it up like a burrito, right? And then they're delicious and they're super fresh and they're easy. And I actually really enjoy them because they're finger foods. And so they're really easy for kids to eat, and kids tend to enjoy eating them too. So yay. Another one of my favorite is like cold bean dishes, like a bean salad. Although I don't like the term bean salad because for me, salad means something different than beans. Like, so if you've got like leftover beans, or if you've got canned beans, like you can buy canned beans for cheap from Trader Joe's. Like you can drain them, rinse them, and then just toss them with like all sorts of other good stuff. You can toss them with like chopped raw vegetables, or any leftover chopped cooked vegetables you have. If you have any leftover proteins, eggs, meat, tofu, throw some salt in there and some like seasoning, like a little bit of cumin, or even just some like salsa, or what's it called? Oh, why my brain stopped working? Guacamole, right? Just like mix it all in, and it's actually delicious, right? And you can like chop up some raw onions and throw them in there too, or some garlic, or just even just salt and pepper if that's more your role. Like it can be surprisingly delicious, really hearty and really really healthy. Cold tacos are another one of my favorites. Like you just get taco shells from the grocery store, or you can get like just like the corn tortillas from the grocery store and eat them cold. And then you just fill them with like vegetables, canned beans that you haven't heated up, like guacamole salsa. Really delicious. Again, if you have leftover meat or leftover vegetables, you can just toss them in a taco shell. And then my final really favorite thing is, I guess it's kind of like in the same sandwich area, but it's like you grab pitas, like the little pita pockets from the grocery store, and you just stuff them full of whatever food you want, right? Like you can take a salad, you can make a beautiful salad, and if you want to eat it on the go, you can just stuff it in a pita pocket. A little pita pocket kind of holds everything, even holds like a creamy dressing in there, and you can just eat your salad with your hands. It's actually a lot of fun. Kids really like this too. Oh, you know, another really great thing that I love that hasn't really taken off in popularity, which I think is a travesty, are cold Asian noodles. So a lot of Asian noodles are designed to be, or they're designed to be eaten both in like while they're hot and while they're cold, and they're just as good either way, right? And so you can take cold Asian noodles, either pre-made or make them at home yourself just by dropping them in boiling water, and then you run them under cold water until they get cold, and then like all you're using your burner on the stove for like 10 minutes, if even that. And then again, you just toss them with like whatever you have in the fridge. You can toss them with eggs, you can toss them with chopped nuts, you can toss them with any leftover proteins, meats, tofu, any good stuff you want. Or you can actually do the same thing with grains, and I have found this to be really handy. Like I'll make a big bag of like brown rice because it takes forever to cook, and so I make a ton of it at once. And I'll take like, you know, like a big bag of brown rice and take it cold or room temperature, and I'll just mix it with leftovers in the fridge. You know, I mean, this is kind of like the ongoing thing, like leftovers in the fridge, because I find that a lot of people have like leftovers hiding in their fridge that they don't know what to do with, and they're always trying to figure out what to do for dinner. I'm like, God, I don't know what to eat tonight. And then like they go in their fridge and their eyes like pass over the leftover asparagus, pass over the leftover chicken, pass over the leftover tofu, pass over the leftover beans, and they're like, there's no food in the fridge. Meh. When that food can easily be repurposed for something that's really easy, really fun, and sometimes it doesn't need to be cooked. Like it's already cooked, right? You just eat it cold. Like cold chicken is great. Like I don't know if you've ever pulled like a leftover chicken leg out of the fridge because you're starving and just like and eat it like cold. Cold pizza is great, right? A lot of foods can be eaten just as good cold. And sometimes maybe cold isn't awesome, but room temperature works great, right? So like if you've got something in the fridge and you don't want it to be like cold, refrigerator cold, chilled cold, you still want to eat it like cool, just take it out of the fridge for like 20 minutes, half an hour, and it'll come up to room temperature on the counter by itself. And usually can be mixed into something else to make a really great meal that you don't have to turn the oven on. So that's it. If you guys are interested in more ideas, drop a comment below this video and I will do my best to answer it.